If your home just expired off the market, or if you're watching the days tick by and starting to wonder if it's heading that direction, I want to start with something important. This is not a reflection of you, and it is not a reflection of your home. An expired listing almost always comes down to strategy, pricing, marketing, timing, and presentation. And these are all things that can be fixed. Hi there, I'm Julie Mayers, your go-to real estate agent with Keller Williams Realty right here in Prineville and Central Oregon. And today I want to walk you through the real reasons homes expire in this market, and more importantly, what actually changes the outcome. Because there are a lot of opinions out there about expired listings, and I want to give you the honest version. This video is for you if your home sat on the market and didn't sell, if you had showings but no offers or barely any showings at all, if your listing quietly expired and now you're trying to figure out what went wrong and what to do next, or maybe your home is still active but you're starting to feel that knot in your stomach, wondering if something needs to change before it's too late. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Let's talk through this. The most common reason homes expires, and I'm going to be honest with you about this even though it's not always easy to hear, is pricing that didn't match what buyers were actually willing to do in the current market. And here's the thing, that's not your fault. When you've lived in a home for years, poured money into it, loved it, built memories in it, it is nearly impossible to look at it the way a buyer does. Buyers don't see the memories, they see square footage, condition, and what else is available at that price point. When a home is priced above where buyers are actively shopping, they don't negotiate down. They just move on. And the longer a home sits, the more buyers wonder what's wrong with it, even if the answer is nothing. Price isn't just a number. In real estate, price is a signal. And when that signal is off, the whole listing suffers. The second big reason homes expire is marketing, and specifically marketing that didn't connect with buyers where they actually are. Here's what I want you to understand about how buyers shop for homes today. They start online, almost every single one of them, and they make a decision about whether to book a showing within seconds of seeing a listing, based on photos, video, the description, and the overall feel of how a home is presented. If those things don't create an immediate connection, the showing never happens. And if the showings don't happen, the offer never comes. A lot of expired listings I look at have perfectly fine photos, but fine isn't enough anymore. Buyers are looking for something that makes them feel something. They want to picture their life in a home before they ever walk through the door. That's what strong marketing creates. And when it's missing, even a well-priced home can sit. The third reason is something people rarely talk about, and it's this: generic marketing reaches nobody. Every home in Prineville has a specific buyer: a downsizer looking for single-level living, a relocating family who wants good access to outdoor recreation, a buyer from a high-price market who wants more land for their money, a remote worker who needs a home office setup. When marketing tries to appeal to everyone equally, it ends up connecting with no one specifically. And in a smaller market like ours, that matters even more because you don't have the sheer volume of buyer traffic to compensate for a weak strategy. What works is targeted marketing, identifying exactly who the right buyer for this specific home is, and making sure everything about the listing speaks directly to that person. That's a very different approach than what most sellers experience, and it's one of the most important things I bring to a relisting. The fourth reason is one of the most fixable and one of the most frustrating when it happens because it's often invisible while it's occurring. The Prineville market changes, buyer behavior shifts, interest rates move, inventory levels go up and down. And a strategy that was reasonable in month 1 can become the wrong strategy by month 2 if no one is paying attention and making adjustments. One of the biggest missed opportunities I see in expired listings is when the plan doesn't evolve. The price stays the same, the marketing stays the same, the approach stays the same, even as the market around the listing is telling a different story. Selling a home isn't a set it and forget it process. It requires active management, consistent feedback, review, and a willingness to make changes when the data says something isn't working. When that doesn't happen, time passes, and time is not a seller's friend in a stalled listing. So let's talk about what actually works, because an expired listing doesn't mean your home can't sell. It means something in the strategy needs to change. First, a real pricing conversation, not what you want the home to be worth, not what a neighbor's home sold for 2 years ago, but what buyers in today's market in Prineville are actually doing. That conversation has to be honest, even when it's uncomfortable. And an agent who won't have it with you isn't doing you any favors. Second, a genuine marketing reset. That means looking at your photos, your video, your listing description, and asking hard questions. Does this make someone want to see the home? Does it tell a story? Does it reach the right buyer? Third, targeted reach, using digital tools, social platforms, and local networks to put your home in front of the specific buyers who are most likely to want it, not just syndicating it to every real estate website and hoping someone finds it. And fourth, communication and accountability. You should know what's happening with your listing every single week. What feedback came in, what's changed in the market, what adjustments are being made, and why. That consistency is what keeps a relisting from becoming another expiration. None of this is complicated, but it does require intention, and it does require the right partnership between you and your agent. I've been working in this market for years, and what I've learned about Prineville buyers is that they're thoughtful. They're not impulsive. They do their research, and when a home has been sitting on the market, they notice, and they start asking questions. That's why the way a relisting is handled matters so much. Coming back to the market with nothing changed sends a message that the seller is either unaware or unmotivated. But coming back with a clear reposition strategy, updated marketing, and a price that reflects current reality, that sends a completely different message. It tells buyers this is a real opportunity. I've watched homes that sat for months find the right buyer within weeks of a relisting done right. The home didn't change, the strategy did. And that's what I'm here to help you build. If your home didn't sell and you want an honest conversation about why and what a different strategy would actually look like, I'm here for that. No judgment, no pressure, just a real conversation between a local agent who knows this market and a homeowner who deserves better than what they experienced the first time. You can reach out to me directly or download my free expired listing guide in the description below. It walks through everything we talked about today in more detail. If this was helpful, give it a like and subscribe. I post honest, local real estate content every week. I'm Julie Mayers with Keller Williams Realty.